Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the Shiny Rifle channel. Now I'm going to go through a combo for you, and also I'm going to go through the combo analysis. I don't really do that often, and it's actually really important that I start doing so because most persons doesn't really understand the combo or what I'm doing. So I'm going to go slow and go in depth. So first thing is first, I'm just going to go through the combo so you guys have a understanding of what I'm going to do. The same thing but better. So servant is first, naturally. Then you'll always activate your shrine second. Pro tip, use your shrine second. That will send my Dark Worm to the grave, and the servant will gain a counter naturally. Then I use Dark Worm's effect to special summon itself and add gate 0. It doesn't matter where I summoned any of these, but I prefer it over here for other combos. So now I'm going to use the mastery, activate, and I'll add an extra straightforward negator in the form of Endymion, and it will give servant one counter, and just because a spell resolved, I gain another counter. So that's 3 counters. Servant is live. I'm going to use it now. I'm going to summon Jackal with it, and just by summoning it, I'm going to get a counter on both, just for the summon. Now, this is where we start do things differently. We're going to link with these two, meaning that immediately as pen summon, the full combo is live. So, Electromite. Electromite's effect, we're going to put Chrono in the face of extra deck. This is what I want to add back. Now, I'm going to pop Servant to get Chrono to my hand. Now, because Servant was destroyed, I can activate its effect to put it in scale, and it gets the amount of counters that it had when it was destroyed in the main monster zone, which is 1. Then I'll activate the Chrono in scale, and that's another counter on my servant. So right then and there, I'm live on summon to negate a Nibiru. It cannot catch me anymore. Now this is the part where I pendulum summon. Always summon a Jackal to the corner. The monster placement does matter. I think you should pay close attention to it. All monsters had to be summoned in those zones in specific. Then we're going to use the Chronos effect to special summon Time Gazel. In this way, I just multitask because I didn't get the draw off Electromite, so this is the way you get it now. So I'm going to draw a card. It does not matter. I won't use it. Then the next step is to do our Guardragon combo. So we're going to LP. Both of these go into triple burst. LP's effect. And I'll immediately go into my Argapane. Argapane's effect. Into Vortex. We're going to link up on the next side. Into our Seal. Now, this is the trick part. I specifically summoned Jackal. The reason why it's at level 6, so this way I can bring up my Destrudo targeting Jackal, making Destrudo level 1. So I can now synchro with both of these into my Boral Savage, and its effect will equip Triple Burst. So yeah, much stronger feel, and it's overall good. Now the thing is, I could have negated Nibiru. Now, as a player that you might want to know what to stop to avoid all of this. Ash the very first card. Don't let Shrine go through. Let them get a harder time to get into their problems. Now, other than from Ash, if you had Nibiru, activate it regardless. The reason why is the Jackal doesn't have a counter right now. In other words, well, I'm always going to be able to put a counter on it because it's going to be a pendulum card in my hand. Or a spell if not. There's not going to be any traps in my deck. But the thing is, I can lock my zones. It's not always safe to do so, so you'll pressure your opponent into negating. And if they don't draw a perfect scale, they're going to leave it empty. So they're going to depend on you to put a counter on this. The Endymion was live. Meaning if my opponent didn't do anything and their turn came around, I can use Endymion, negate by bouncing this to my hand. It gains the counters, which would have been 2, which is the perfect amount for Jackal to negate. So try to make them negate spell first, then monster. So I was planned for that. Let's say you slipped up. I'm going to show you where you can make a different play. Alright guys, I'm going to do the same combo, but notice the board is set up a bit differently. The Electromite is on the right. Some persons believe you can't do the combo because the Electromite is on the right. That's not true at all. So I'm going to set it up for you. And let's not forget, it's had 2 counters. Okay, how would I know how to set it up like this? Remember, first rule, Jackal is always summoned to a corner. That means this can only come here. And I will always make my triple burst here. So for some reason, if you want to tap the left zone, this is how you go about doing so. And what is the next step? Chrono, pop, time gaze. So I'll get my draw. Then cut loose. We're going to do the full Guardragon combo now. So first enough, LP. Then I'll use these two to make triple burst. LP's effect, summon the Strudel. Link up, Argapane, Vortex, link up, Spheres, Destrudo, on Jackal, so he comes back as a level 1, Synchro, Savage Dragon, and Triple Burst. Triple Burst should be in the center of the field, really, just in case you're playing against that one random column deck. So yeah, I can do this relatively anyway. Alright, now to the analysis part. The combo is real good. Just 3 cards to make this full board, and then it's not even like my opponent got off easy. Because Fear is a hell of a card for them to go about. Because I'm going to tribute, and I'm going to summon this and banish a monster. So that's just completely going to blow them out of the water. There's other combos that I can do for you guys, but I just thought everyone already knew how to do the combos because I was late to moving over to Endymion Guardragons because I like magicians. But yeah, there are other stuff. If you really want to know how do you stop this, the answer is simple. Nibiru with some backative. Just put a Veiler with it. You'll see how many times a person summons one Jackal and it's not live. The only way for them to be live is with a field spell, which they might not necessarily always have. With this field spell, it's game over. But the next thing you can do is actually, even with the field spell, because there's a next card in Yu-Gi-Oh! You can go around. If you say Nibiru, effect, and they chain Jackal, you can always chain Impermanence to negate the Jackal. Now, the thing is to it, is that this is here. But here, what? It's a cost for Jackal to remove the 2 counters. It's not a cost for Endymion. So, Endymion wouldn't be able to bounce a card because there would have already been removed as cost. So you can break the board that way. So the real trick is to have a negate for the Jackal King. And that's how you break the board. From Nibiru, I don't really see anybody coming back. I'm just going to do you guys one last favor. So this is going to be the final thing I'm going to show you. In the event, what to do. Example, your opponent has both Ash and Nibiru. I believe you can win. But your opponent has to negate wrong. Now, straightforward. Your opponent should never try to negate Servant. The reason why it's not a hard once per turn. The special summon is once per turn. Nothing else. So if they attempted to negate this, and let's just say we had the field spell, it's GG Nori. There's no comeback from there. No, otherwise, the best thing to negate here is Mastery. That's where you're going to hide it first. So we're going to Servant, and then we're going to activate Shrine. Most likely this will draw them out because they're not going to want to see the dragon being sent. So let's say that Ash that. Now Ash does not negate activation, it only negates the effect, so you still get a counter for it. Then I'm going to activate Mastery and add Magister. Now I'm going to gain 2 counters for this, naturally, so it's going to be at 3 counters. I'll use Servant's effect, to summon itself by removing 3 counters, and it's going to summon a Jackal with itself. Now, you don't have to go for Jackal. You're not limited to doing so. You can go for Big Daddy Endymion if you really feel you need it. And for summoning them, of course, you get 1 counter. Now, this is where we're going to make an interesting play again. We're going to summon Magisto, link up with these 2 into our Electromite. Assuming your opponent doesn't have Vela, because Vela ends you, you're going to use Electromite and send the Dark Worm, so you're ready for your full combo. And we're going to pop Servant and add Magisto. Now, because Servant had a counter while it was popped, when I use this effect, it's going to have a counter. And I'm going to scale Magisto. That's 2 counters. So, right then and there, I've defeated both Nibiru and the Ash Blossom. Now, obviously, to go further into your combo, you're going to need at least 1 monster. If you had 2, that'd be great. I could put up 3 negates. But yeah, this is where I'm going to leave you guys to figure out things on your own. You guys should rate, comment, subscribe, and tell me any of your points of views or any discussion you'd like to have with me down in the comment section. I'll definitely reply. So have a great day. Peace. I'm out.